What's up, guys? Hi, I'm Tommy from Tommy Nation Politics. It's a new, independent, progressive news media. I know I'm not Rachel Maddow or Anderson Cooper, just a real working class American citizen. And I've noticed some things about our country. Some things like we've stopped working together for the common good. We've stopped living our purposes, and we forgot about our inalienable rights of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. This is very disturbing, guys. That's why I'm here. I'm kind of hoping that I can break the fourth wall, and through the noise of propaganda, mainstream media talking points, and bandwagon mentality from the Democrats and Republicans, I can actually reach out to some of you and convince you guys that we need to get back to the basics. If you look in the closet or your dresser drawer or your pocket and you see a penny, turn it over. You'll find a Latin inscription which reads E pluribus unum. That means out of many, one. That was the foundation of our country, guys. Working together for the common good. Finding solutions in order to make a country that could be the greatest country in the world. Sadly, we've fallen far from that, mostly due to our political parties that are only interested in maintaining power, the status quo, and extracting the wealth and resources from the middle class and funneling it to their donors, and in return, gaining campaign finance contributions that keeps them in office for untold amounts of years. You've seen this happen, guys. You've witnessed this, and you've witnessed promises over and over again to the American people be broken, forgotten, and completely distracted from. But I'm hoping, guys, with the rising gas prices, the high inflation, and the transparent just high taxes, guys. They've raised the taxes, and in 48 hours, they bailed out Wall Street, the banks, and the military-industrial complex, while in 6 months decided to give us $600, $1,200, $1,400. We're being fucked royally by our civil servants at the behest of the corporate oligarchy. Some of these words might not make sense to you, especially if you're partisans, and all you can talk about is Trump's a racist, sexist, con artist, Biden's a dementia-riddled old man, smells the hair. These are all fun facts, guys. Most of them are true. But the important thing to me is the preamble of the Constitution, which says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, must establish justice, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings to ourselves and our posterity." Do you see justice happening, guys, in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, in which none of her clientele were named, and they were sealed by a judicial order of a higher court? Do you see justice happen in the murders of Trayvon Martin and other Black Americans, which are gunned down for fun in the wake of a white supremacy? A problem that we still have not acknowledged and found a solution to. In fact, the right wing ignores white supremacy altogether, and the left wing doesn't see color. Sweeping it under the rug, hear no evil, see no evil, these are not solutions. The only solution was the one given to us in our Constitution, guys. That is E pluribus unum. I know there's a lot of partisans in this group. I've been part of this group for a while. I know a lot of you you're very uninformed because you watch cable news. I have no idea why you still do. But I'm hoping that you could trust me at least enough to know that I will tell you the truth. I'm not being paid by anyone. Not really that. I work as a bartender. And I do freelance stuff like that. I'm very talented. I can sing too. Got a bachelor's degree in music. But no journalism degree. I didn't go to Harvard, Yale. I didn't study with the CIA director. And I don't know any CIA talking points or propaganda. In fact, that makes me sick, guys. It makes me sick that we regurgitate the news talking points that are propped up by the CIA while our country is suffering. Income inequality is metastasizing. Gas prices are soaring. Jobs are outsourced. People are hungry. Babies have no formula. And the real problems that plague our country, my brothers and sisters, right and left, are growing larger and larger into crises every day. These are not crises because of one person. It's because of these two parties. I know I probably can't convince you with that, and I know some of you are unwilling to see the evidence, and you're willing to live in your ignorance, mainly because you might be comfortable where you are, and you might not want to rock the boat. You might want to bend to the will of the conventional wisdom and the social norms. You might be afraid. You might be banned or canceled in our social construct, which shames people in the public platforms. Right this very moment, the Democrats are operating a plan to crack down on social media because of this Buffalo, New York white supremacist killer. They're using tragedy as a way to push political agendas. If any of this disturbs you, if you want to get back to life, liberty, and happiness, if you want to fulfill the promise of the Constitution, where all men are created equal under God with inalienable rights of life, liberty, and happiness, join me. www.TommyNationPolitics.com. I am a leftist, but I love right-wingers. There's many solutions that we can all come to agree with. Out of many, we can be united. Despite the division, the rhetoric of violence and insurrection from these two parties, despite the noise, despite the distractions of their lapdogs, the mainstream media, and their correspondents who only seek access to the powerful, when they should be holding the powerful accountable. I am a singer, guys, like I said. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to be a voice crying out into the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, like John the Baptist, because I know what happens to John the Baptist. Solomon wants his head in the end. But somebody's got to do this, guys. I'm going to wake you out of your comfort zone. I'm going to talk back to your propaganda talking points, because I think you're better than that. And I want this country to be better than that. I want this country to be what it was supposed to be. The first democratic republic ever, without a monarch. Of freed men living their own lives and manifesting their own destinies. We got to get back to that. We must work together for the common good. So that's my invitation to all free thinkers or people who might be realizing that these problems are occurring. I know a lot of you are partisans, and you'll take my words and cast them before swine like pearls. I have a message for you partisans as well. For too long, you have been complicit in this political system of duopoly political parties that uses the marginalized, less fortunate among us and leverages them for power, for election campaigns, for campaign finance contributions. You will no longer get away with that. I am going to hold you accountable as well, partisans. Every American in this country is responsible for the heritage and birthright that we share, being born into this free country. And you will take that seriously, or you will suffer the consequences, partisans. With this COVID pandemic and in 48 hours of them bailing out Wall Street, the banks, and the military-industrial complex, with them neglecting and slapping in the face the American people as they pass $40 billion to Ukraine, if you partisans are still blind to the pleas and pain of the American brothers and sisters around you, and you are so held up on these parties that you are willing to go and be on their side in the wake of pain and suffering around you, I hold you accountable for that. I can hold you complicit for that. And I will not rest until you hang with the traitors, the Democrats and Republicans, alongside them, as complicit, associated traitors to your own country. I just want to make that clear. I'm not playing games anymore. I know this makes me unpopular with a lot of you, because a lot of you worship these parties as celebrities, gods, infallible creatures. I don't know why. They hate you. They would literally fundraise off your deaths. But I have to do what people aren't doing. Somebody's got to. I think that's how Bernie Sanders got started. He's kind of finished. Somebody's got to take up that mantle. And I intend to do it because I can't live in a country with idiotic partisans that are cheering murderous, raping, lunatic, regime change, drone striking parties, murdering people around the world, colonizing the globe. And I can't accept it, guys. I can't accept this reality that we're living in, where all we do is cheer it on. It's Rome, guys. Rome fell. I love this country. I want to have that promise. As a black man, I never got to have that promise of all men being created equal. I intend to take that Constitution and fulfill the promise of America. If you're not on board with that, then you're loyalists. As were loyalists back in 1776. So you partisans might want to do some reading on loyalists and what happened to them. Spoiler alert, they were hung as traitors, alongside the redcoats. I can't give you any more warnings than that, guys. And I don't want to be angry. Although, the partisan politics has really made this country shithole. 10 cities in some of the richest cities and counties in the country. And we don't make our own, products. We exploit our labor and we worship the billionaires that take our labor, work us to death, and make our kids do it too. Some of us might not care about our country, our prosperity, our posterity, our heritage. But I will. Join me. www.TommyNationPolitics.com. I'm looking for people of right and left wing who are fed up with this shit. Because the next time there's an insurrection, guys, I don't want it to be the right wing, and for the reasons that they worship Trump and they feel like they were fooled or fraudulently misguided. I want us to insurrect on the fact that these two parties have not fulfilled their oaths. They've turned their backs on their oaths to serve and protect the United States from threats, foreign and domestic. They have failed their oaths. And they must pay. This is a call to arms. Spread the word. Spread the word.